Christian Cyrus Larsen. That's where you get your Larsen name. Okay, that line. Huh?
If it's our
Great-grandfather, yeah.
Three greats.
So he...
No, just two.
He immigrated from Denmark when he was late teen, early 20s, I guess it probably was. Probably late teenage. His family had joined the church and they came over and built a house up in Pleasant Grove and lived there. He lived there for a few years and then he got married and moved down here to Mayfield. He was one of the first settlers. And he was, for a while, he was a farmer. And then he got, one summer he was out working and he got heat stroke really bad and it messed him up and he couldn't do much work outside so much anymore. So he started a little store out of his house, and then they built another side building later, which is actually still there. It's a garage now. They had a little store in it. So, and then he was called to serve a mission, go back to Denmark in 1902. And he was there for a couple of years, and when he got back, his wife died. And he got remarried to your great-great-grandmother. Clara. Yeah, that's her middle name comes from. Clara Louise Broderick. No, Anderson Broderick Larsen.
Yep.
So,
she'd been married before and her husband had died.
So they both had kids and then they had more kids together. And my grandpa, your great-grandpa Larsen, was the last.
He was the baby.
Child born in the whole family there. So, anyways, they after he got remarried, they lived there for two or three more years, and then they moved up to Roosevelt, which is up in northeast Utah, up in the Uinta Basin, and they helped settle that town out there and started a store and stuff. They had down here in Mayfield, they had a grist mill, which is a flour mill, and they moved it all up there as well, I guess.
They at least build a new building and.
Well, I didn't know a lot of this until this morning I was reading. So there used to be a railroad here in Sanpete Valley, and he and another guy had a business. They did most of the railroad ties for it. They cut the lumber up on the mountains up here and then railroad lines out west too, out towards Delta and stuff. I guess they supplied all the railroad ties. They had a sawmill down here up in the mountain, and they cut the lumber and sawed it into railroad ties. Yeah, so he moved out to Roosevelt, and at the time, well, it still is Indian reservation around there, but they opened part of it up for settlement, and they established Roosevelt. And he was a really good man. He had a store, but he ended up giving a lot of things away to help early settlers and the Indians. And when he died, when he sold the store shortly before his death, he actually was in a lot of debt. Well, a lot of people were in debt to him. He was probably in debt too because he had bought it. Anyways, but he still gave people a lot off his, without going after him to get paid and stuff like that, which he could have. But in fact, when he showed in there when he had this funeral, a whole bunch of Indians, the Ute Indians, all came to his funeral and rode in the procession on their horses and all their ceremonial Indian.